It's been a while, hasn't it? Greeting interwebs, this is Jackit K, and welcome to the first bonus episode of Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Now, throughout the main course of my Let's Play of Golden Sun: The Lost Age, I've done a lot of optional dungeons, and there was only one I didn't cover. Well, guess what? The next few videos are dedicated to covering that bonus episode. You may remember that before we beat the game that we started Anemos Sanctum by putting all the Djinns of each element from the first and second game together, but we only got one summon from that, and there was a path beyond the summon we got. Oh boy. Let's just get it over with. Teleport away, Sir Dice-a-Lot. For those of you who don't remember, because it has been a good while, in order to get into the Anemos Sanctum, you need teleport, as well as all the Djinns of the earth, fire, water, and wind elements. Once you do that, the door up ahead will open, and you can actually go into the Sanctum. Let's take a brief moment to relive the memories of collecting all the Djinns and seeing the efforts of collecting them all pay off. All these lights where the Djinns stand to grant us access into there. And oh boy, this is definitely worthy of being the last dungeon covered in this entire game. The summon we got before was right there. Before we really get into the dungeon though, something that I should point out in the very first episode of Golden Sun but didn't even knew existed until the recording of this video. And I wasn't even aware of this until someone else's playthrough of the game pointed it out to me. All I'll say is pay close attention to the punctuation. If you've been paying close attention to the punctuation of the text in this game, you might already know. But look how there's 3 exclamation points behind the damage that Sky Dragon took. That means that it's weak to that element that it was attacked with. So this thing is weak to the wind element. Look how that's a period. That means it resists the earth element. It's amazing how I've gone through all these years and a whole let's play of this game without realizing that. Freaking amazing. Almost as amazing as Isaac's cape twirling in the wind from nothing. And you see how that's a normal explanation point? That means it's not really weak or resistant to that element. Though I'm not quite sure about periods under normal attacks. I think it applies to weapons as well, because sometimes weapons can have certain elements to them. But this attack that Piers just did, it has a period at the end, but I'm pretty sure it's not affiliated with an element. So I don't feel comfortable enough being quoted to say if it applies to weapons as well, or if weapons are always just neutral to it. Now, here's some more examples. You can tell the enemy on the right resists his flare because there was a period at the end of the damage that it took. But you know that you're alright doing it against the Mad Demon because there was an exclamation point. And whatever attack just hit Jenna, you know that she's weak to that because there was 3 exclamation points behind her. And Garrett resisted that attack that the Mad Demon did because there was a period behind that. So all that explaining out of the way, that should have been done in the very first episode or 2 of this entire playthrough. That I'm just realizing now, I have gotten that out. I suppose better late than never, but considering this is a very last video, unless I realized this and started explaining it during the final optional boss. Point is, it's very good of an example of better late than never, because I couldn't have been much later without being never. Anyways, this puzzle. I hope you enjoy this puzzle of a stone statue making your up and down movements and doing the mirror opposite of your left and right movements, because that puzzle is pretty much the main gimmick of this dungeon. Pretty much every major puzzle in this dungeon requires the use of that, and it only gets worse. I guess I haven't felt... Ooh, that's why I wanted to leave this battle in. Don't think we ever get to show planetary enough, if we ever do. Jenna! Your fall isn't really any more significant than anyone else's fall in this dungeon, because everyone is equally important. All the lies I spill. Even if I feel Jenna's has more importance than the other party members, I'll need all the meat shields I can get, so I am not gonna say that I don't need anyone. When the more bodies I have, the better. Okay, I kinda lied. It's either gonna involve those blocks or those panels. And sure, there's log pushing puzzles, but I'm pretty sure that those puzzles are combined with the statue puzzles. So don't worry, you'll get all your statue mimicking moving puzzles to reach your heart's content. I also find this is one of those dungeons that I can't quite remember where to go. So many dead ends, but I'm pretty sure I do a decent job editing out most of the cluelessness and random battles that occur even when I have a void up. It is freaking fabulous. I miss all these random battles, especially with how I have to cut out every single one of them. Oh boy, it was even greater when I had to live commentate and remember what I was saying before the random battle, or completely lose track of what I was talking about because there's a whole random battle between what I started and what I ended on. Yay! Random battles! So, pro tip, if I haven't emphasized it enough already, if you're running into this many battles with a void on, A. Make sure you're not wearing the lures cap. B. You're probably under level for whatever you have to face at the end of this dungeon. Who wants to bet that I forgot to take off the lures cap for grinding reasons? I don't know, honestly. It's been a while since I've edited this video, let alone recorded it. So, I don't even recall if I have the lures cap on. Not really much to explain about this puzzle beyond what meets the eye. Do it the way I do, and you'll get through it just fine. I'm pretty sure I figured this out on my first try, so it's not as bad as some of the puzzles later on in here. Also, I wonder if we ever get an explanation for why there's so much magic. Oh wait, I think Dark Dawn kinda has an explanation for the floating blocks. Maybe I'll talk about that if I ever decide to cover that game. Before I continue on or not though, this mummy, at least to what I thought was an amusing scene in editing. Though now that I'm commentating it now and watching, I don't see why this graphical glitch is so special. It's there though. I just paused it because I thought it was special, although it probably happens every time I press the A button on an option for that brief second, and for some reason I noticed it for that particular brief second. So it's not really a graphical glitch, and I decided to highlight it anyways. Oh man, the only thing worse than not knowing what your past self was doing was knowing what your editing self was doing. Note to self, don't leave so much time between when you edit a video and when you decide to commentate it, if you decide to do more post-commentary in the future. And also remember to put the move back on the L button, because move is always L. There we go. Now our troubles aren't that big of an issue, assuming that we gain the magical power to make all random battles go away. Which we haven't, so all of our problems in the world are not gone quite yet. And oh boy, is this puzzle again. This one's a bit trickier than before, so if you thought that the puzzles involving this guy weren't so bad, And you're laughing, ha ha ha, how could this be so bad and torturous, Jackit K? Oh, trust me, it's not that swell. We'll get to the ones that take me ages upon ages to do, and it'll be fun. How about now? Let's play Will I Get It Right this time. The fun part is I don't even know the answer yet, so I can't give it away to you. A little bit more over there. Now I can get you up here. Please don't fall, you're gonna fall. This should do the trick. Or a little more. Come on. Is that gonna work? No. Ugh, I hit the wall there and I can't go anymore, right? I can't go up enough to hit the switch. Oh, that might do the trick though. Well, it would, except for the fact that I have a freaking door there and 2 blocks to the side, preventing me from finishing the puzzle. Fabulous! Just give it up and reset the room. Okay, take 3. Who knows, I might have cut it out several other attempts besides the ones I'm showing on film. Because there's a lot of attempts, I just leave a couple in to show you guys. These puzzles are not easy. You will spend a lot of trial and error, even if you have a guide right in front of you. Well, if you have a guide right in front of you and you read it step by step, I guess it would be a bit easier. But regardless of that, even if you have a guide, it doesn't mean you'll read it. And if you don't read it, you'll probably struggle with these puzzles. Yay! Let's do a victory spin for the sake of finishing the puzzle. Might as well get the celebration in while we can, because there's going to be more of those. Probably only one more. But geez, these puzzles are hard to remember. No matter how many times I do this dungeon, I can never remember these puzzles. Even if I read the guide and then play the game, I cannot remember how to do those puzzles. With the sliding men. Heck, I'm pretty sure I'll have to backtrack if I need to go back and grind. And guess what? I won't remember how to do the sliding puzzles then either. And it's gonna take me a little bit to realize that I've done all I can with this. I can't get these logs anymore out of the way. I know I made shortcuts to get back there, but even with those shortcuts, I still believe I have to do the final one. And then the final one is so bad it makes me stutter. Just imagining it. Alright. And yay, showing off graphical glitches. This wouldn't be a Golden Sun LP from yours truly if I did not show off graphical glitches. And of course, I get punished by the game for showing off graphical glitches with random battles in that. There's nothing you can do, you have to go backwards. I think that cut was because I still didn't realize that I didn't do anything, and I probably went back into that log room a couple more times. But I'm just guessing though. How many random battles can we run into before I get sick of random battles? The answer is negative 1,125. Okay, that's actually a real number. It took me a second to realize I wasn't just making things up. Not that is actually the number of random battles we've had in this entire game. That would be insane to actually remember something like that. What to do here? I know what I have to do is move that log onto that button so we can keep that door open. But the question of course is how? With random battles? No? Okay. We're back here again. Ah, yeah, from this side I can push this other log here. And what to do about this log though? Seems like it's still blocking areas I want to go to. Ah, no. The log is pointless there. Go back, you have the answer. No, not that way. Oh, watching yourself run around with a chicken head cut off. Oh boy, that's good times. Dude, go up. Start moving that log. No, don't go in that door. Go back, go back. Oh wait, never mind. Past self was correct. Lift this up and then start pushing the log out of the way. No, 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 no! Go back to the log! No, you... Oh. Okay. What do I know about myself, right? Alright, now we just start pushing this over here. Somehow it goes over the boulder, even though the log was kind of clipping the boulder, floating in the air. Don't question the game's logic. And that's what I get for doing a victory circle. We still got quite a bit more dungeon left to do here though. I think I'll actually end the episode off on this battle. And in the next one we'll finish up this dungeon. Minus the thing at the very end, which honestly it has yet to be recorded. And I still have to grind for it, even though this was recorded oh so long ago. So yeah, there will probably be quite a bit of wait between the next episode and the episode after. But we will at least finish all the puzzles off in the next episode. So you got that to look forward to, right?